That's what she's going for. And she's doing it on the basis of what you can only say is just an out-and-out lie.
I traveled to the Del Rio sector of Texas. That's where I spoke to a woman who shared her story with me. She had been sex trafficked by the cartels starting at the age of 12.
Who was this woman? How did she meet her? How did she get her to tell her this story? What country did it happen in? Did it happen before Joe Biden was president? Senator Britt, right after that, stated pretty directly what side of the border it happened on.
We wouldn't be okay with this happening in a third world country. This is the United States of America.
Senator Britt has told the story over and over and over again. So in January 2023, Senator Britt traveled to southern Texas to the Del Rio district with two other Republican senators, Marsha Blackburn of Tennessee and Cindy Hyde-Smith of Mississippi. And Senator Blackburn had all of the information about it on her website. During this trip, the senators had what they described as a roundtable. They were there with a Fox News contributor, as well as this woman, who the senators identify as Carla Jacinto Romero. This is Carla Jacinto Romero's testimony to Congress from 2015 about her experiences in Mexico. If you scroll down, you see it took place between 2004 and 2008. Now, I don't know what they put in the textbooks in Alabama these days, but Joe Biden wasn't the president of the United States in 2004 or 2008, and none of that really matters here because these events didn't happen in the United States. These were even near the border. They took place in Mexico. Does U.S. policy have a huge role to play in the Mexican drug wars? Do Mexican drug cartels get their weapons from the United States? Absolutely. But this didn't happen when Joe Biden was president. It happened 20 years ago, and Jacinto Romero didn't share her story with Senator Britt. Britt tells it like she's like sitting by the banks of the Rio Grande, like holding her hand, like getting her to tell her the story that she won't tell anyone else. I mean, this is a professional activist. She's clearly a very brave person who has overcome a lot in her life. But she tells the story in public. This is her testifying in front of Congress in 2015. And yet this senator has gone around repeatedly for the past year and change, telling the story over and over again as if this woman had confided something in her and as if she was describing actions that had taken place on or even near the U.S.-Mexico border during Joe Biden's presidency. I don't even know what to say except that is just fundamentally dishonest. It goes beyond misleading. She says, we wouldn't accept these things if they happened in a third world country. Well, they did. So why would she share that story? It seems very clear to me that what she's trying to do is she's trying to create an association in people's minds between Joe Biden, the border, Mexicans, Latin, people of Latin descent, something like that, and sexual violence. That's what she's going for. And she's doing it on the basis of what you can only say is just an out-and-out lie. It just looks like she just got on national television and lied about something really horrific and really important, and for her own personal and her party's political gain.